Communities that were shut down because of the fires are now worried about closing because of flooding. News 13's Natalie Wattis spoke with businesses in Jemez Springs who are struggling to get back on their feet.
Businesses in the village of Jemez Springs, nestled near the Santa Fe National Forest, have a simple formula for survival in an average year.
Locals are our most important thing, but right below that is the tourism. We survive off of all the great people that come and visit and spend their money here. This is how we make it through our winters.
But when the Cerro Pelado Fire forced the closure of the Santa Fe National Forest in April, the steady stream of tourists dried up.
It's been super slow due to the fact that nobody wants to come up here because they're worried about all the fires, the smoke especially.
Forcing businesses to get creative to make ends meet.
It was super dead. It was really hard for us. We were struggling really hard through the fire. We ended up selling burritos to the firefighters, tried to get as much business in as we could.
Montaño says they didn't have to lay anyone off, but they did have to cut people's hours, and they lost more than 50% of their usual sales.
People were making $20 in tips a day instead of $120 in tips. So it was really hard on everybody here.
Down the road, it's a similar story at the Jemez Springs bathhouse.
It's been really slow. As a massage therapist, I don't know what I'm coming into. Sometimes I'm coming into nothing, sometimes I'm coming into one. Some days we do have a lot of people booked, but they cancel because the fact that they're worried to drive up here.
Businesses are remaining resilient after COVID and the fires. And now, flash flood warnings closing some areas up the road. They're hopeful that it won't keep people away from their town.
I hope it'd be back to normal, but just where it had burned was in a burn scar, so there's nothing holding that mud back and the trees back and stuff now.
Natalie Wattis, KRQE News 13.
And now another problem. Some businesses say they are now dealing with being short people. If people do come for the holiday weekend, they'll be stretched thin.